when it comes down to a franchise quarterback, they got Deshaun Watson, who is a better upgrade than Baker Mayfield. And I love Baker Mayfield to death. He's just not that Super Bowl contending quarterback in my mind.
Okay, so let's go there in just a second, Ike. The Browns also signed Jacoby Brissett as well to back up, and Brissett might be the starter if Watson does face a suspension. Where does Baker Mayfield wind up after all of this, Ike? Because the three teams that I had, the Colts, the Seahawks, and the Saints, Colts traded today for Matt Ryan, and the Saints are going to re-sign Jameis Winston as well. The Falcons. So where does Baker wind up, Ike?
He might wind up in Seattle, and that's going to be the death to his career. Because we didn't see what the great Russell Wilson had to struggle with to get to where he got. He couldn't wait to get out of there and go to Denver. So you're going to put Baker Mayfield with some okay talent, and that's the reason why the Cleveland Browns got rid of Baker Mayfield. They say, Baker, you got a lot of talent on this roster, man. We got to do better than the first round of the playoffs. You see what we're doing. We see what we're trying to make. And now they let him go. But for me, man, I just thought Baker Mayfield, it was an immaturity part off the field. That's what I thought Cleveland Browns got discouraged about. That's what I thought the Cleveland Browns kind of made up their mind. Like, we can deal with you being okay. But when you're immature and you so worried about what people are saying and you always want to counter back to them, it's an issue because you're our franchise quarterback. You're supposed to be our $230 million 5-year quarterback. But we can't pay you because you're not buttoned up, because your immaturity, not only since college, but even your years in the NFL that we had to deal with. And that's something we just can't do.
Yeah, Ike, I'm totally with you. If I could advise him, it would be like, just stay off social media. And one of the rules I have for my own page, Ike, is if someone has substantially less followers than I do, I don't really care what they think. I mean, like, easier said than done, but it's just like, why are you putting out all of these statements thanking the city of Cleveland when you're still employed by the Cleveland Browns? Like, that to me doesn't make any sense. There was a Discord there in the middle of last season. I remember Mayfield, I think it was an NFL Network interview he did with Kurt Warner, where he was saying there's people within the Browns organization that, and I'm paraphrasing here, that didn't want to see him succeed. And it's just like, I think there's bad blood in the water there, in the sense that it's like, why someone in that organization, whether it was the GM, the owner, the head coach, that didn't say, hey, your left shoulder's goofed up, you're not playing. And he tried to fight through. But if he would have just tried to do his job to the best of his ability and not just always talk, and responded to media members, like, that's all mental. I think most people would have been understanding, like, hey, we understand that your shoulder injury is impacting your ability to play. Just try to do the job the best that you can at that point. And like, you can't have a quarterback do what he did this last season and be the CEO of your franchise. So it's just like, and I thought we were beyond this with Mayfield, because he did guide the Browns to the playoffs. He did knock off our beloved Steelers in the playoffs. And I thought he was trending in the right direction in his career. But when he decides to respond to any media pundit or any kind of report or Colin Cowherd, it's like, dude, like, I kind of use like the old school model. Like, Peyton Manning isn't even on social media, Ike, yet he's known all throughout NFL circles because he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league when he played. So it's like, that's what Mayfield needs to focus on. And instead he just wants to, respond to everyone on social media and get his message out there that way. And it's like, I get that it's a different era, but an athlete's brand is his athletic excellence. And that's why Mayfield is being judged the way that he is, because the Browns didn't win at the same level as they had the season before when they made the playoffs and won a playoff game.
So like Coach T said, people don't care about your problems. They're glad you got them. So the fact that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl, the fact that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl over torn meniscus, and you didn't find out till after he won it in the offseason, that's why they're looking at Baker Mayfield like, dang, all of a sudden when you're not playing good, you just going to throw out your shoulder to the media. People don't care about that. And that's what Baker should understand, and he should already know. If people would love to see Baker go out and you shut your critics up by balling, and you having good games consistently every week, all day, 17 weeks out the year when it comes to this football. Now, we understand you're going to have a week or two, maybe 3 weeks out the year, where you're just not being Baker Mayfield. But the fact you're not being Baker Mayfield, the fact that you're talking, the fact that you're going out and telling the public that you're hurt, don't nobody care. Because once you step on the field, they feel like you can find a way to win. And that's what people look at with Baker Mayfield. Once you go to training camp, Mark, you will never be 100%. You're only 100% the day you walk into training camp. After you get through banging for that first practice, you're never 100%. So the fact they're looking at a lot of these other quarterbacks who would never say they injury during the season, regardless of whether they're playing good or bad, they'll wait till the offseason. That's the same way they're looking at Bake. Like Bake, all you got to do is keep your mouth closed, and how you shut up your critics. You shut up your critics by balling every week. Baker got to understand that part when it comes down to the quarterback position.
With you there, Ike. I think another possibility for him would be the Panthers. Now, Carolina does have the 6th overall pick in the 2022 draft. And I know Carolina had a huge contingency today at the University of Pittsburgh Pro Day for Kenny Pickett as well. So that's a possibility there for Carolina. I think Carolina would also be a possibility for Mayfield, but there aren't that many options left. There are only so many starting quarterback positions that you could have. And so, Ike, we'll see what happens there, but Mayfield looks to be the odd man out, and he's not going to be back in Cleveland. And if somehow he is still on the Browns roster, I would not expect him to suit up and hold a clipboard in year 5 of his rookie deal. I'd imagine he'll be in another uniform in the 2022 season. So we'll see how all that shakes out.